Well, you can stretch and be very tense while you're doing it. You can see this with gymnastics or with, people who do karate. They'll go to a split next to someone will jump right on top of you and just start squeezing you down until you stretch the muscle fibers. But with qi gets your muscles, it gets your body to stretch by releasing the tension that's inside of them. And when that tension is released, the body stretches. Now, I saw in Tao Yoga many people that when they opened up their qi who had done martial arts or done this or that, and they could only stretch so much. I have watched people all of a sudden have their stress increase by almost 100% instantaneously. So it's about that you are releasing what keeps you contracted, not able to stretch. Now, okay, there's a couple of things if you want to get right down to it. It's the way the fluids are moving through your body. Are your fluids really lubricating your tissues so they'll do it? It is your nervous system, is that it? Is the lock on why you're tight coming from one of your internal organs? Release that internal organ, all of a sudden you can stretch further. But this is where a lot of Hatha Yoga is you do something on the outside to get something to happen on the inside. In Taoist Yoga, you do stuff on the inside to cause something on the outside to happen. This is a very different approach. It's really different in our most super stress things because people have to do something. So they push to make it done, which is a very different thing than allowing something to happen and allowing what is inside you just to come out and naturally express itself. Beside having been a Taoist priest and having spent 11 years in China learning about Taoist Yoga and things like that, I did spend a couple of years in India where I did Hatha Yoga. At one time when I was younger, I could do close to 300 postures. And I did a pranayama thing once where I did it 12 hours a day for 3 months, which was the classic way of doing it. That was kind of like classic spiritual basics in the Hatha Yoga crowd. And one of the things that I distinctly found was that this issue of you can do breathing techniques, you can stretch your body out, but you don't necessarily in the same process relax the depths of the mind and your emotions. You could, well, in China, that's what they did. And India's Hatha Yoga, they didn't necessarily do it all the time. Well, the first one is that your qi is strong and balanced. If your qi becomes unbalanced, you get sick. And as the phrase goes, who wants to be weak? Okay, but it also needs to be strength to maintain balance. Because if the qi in a person's body is not strong enough at critical junctures, when they need to balance, the yin and yang sides of themselves, they simply don't have the strength to pull it off. So the health is you are simultaneously physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually in balance with minimal problems. And this is how Taoist Yoga, or for that matter, qigong, or for that matter, Taoist meditation, would view being healthy. Little preface here. Taoism, qigong, Taoist Yoga has fire and water methods. And to make it really, really simple, fire methods will push to get a result. Like if I'm staying like this, okay, I want to make my hand touch my foot. I'm just going to keep on pushing it till I get there, which is a very different thing than I'm just going to release the inside of my body till it naturally just releases and I touch my foot. So these are two major traditions in Taoism. Fire traditions are Neo-Taoism. The water traditions are the old tradition that came from Lao-Tzu 2,500 years ago. Now, the ways in which fire methods of yoga, and they can harm you if they go too far by unbalancing your qi through overstraining or overly using force to accomplish your physical, mental, and emotional states and spiritual states. It is the forcing aspect, the not stopping, the not doing things so you don't push the envelope. Now, this is also basically what makes people stress cases in the modern era. So it was no different when in the ancients did spiritual practices and what modern life is doing to people on a daily basis. It will increase your ability to take in oxygen and use it efficiently. Everything, no matter how little an education you have, you know that oxygen is really important to the health of the body, and lower oxygen, you got problems, more oxygen, you a lot better. That's a simple way of putting it. By increasing, but also the bigger thing about Taoist breathing is that it increases the vitality of your internal organs by continuously expanding and condensing them, and through that enabling more blood to go in and out of them. And so, it is your blood that is carrying the nutrients and carrying out the waste products. So Taoist breathing is not just about you breathe, you're expanding your organs, you're condensing. Now, you're not contracting, but you're condensing them. And through that opening and closing action, they become a lot stronger. And, nobody goes, you don't usually have a life-threatening situation because you got a bad wrist or shoulder. You have it because one of your internal organs is having problems. Heart attacks kill you. Liver problems kill you. Kidney problems kill you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, in one sense, it's a philosophical question. Why should you do anything in life? Of which, frankly speaking, I think is a very only individual can find their answer. But I can tell you that some of the things Taoist Yoga does that Hatha Yoga doesn't do that well. You learn how to do the postures from the inside out. Actually, from inside, below your skin, inside your tissues, rather than the outside in. Just like, go toward an external point in space. Go toward getting your foot to an external point in space and behind your head. Also, Taoist Yoga is very direct in teaching you how Chi or Prana works. And it also teaches you how to do the postures in the most relaxed way possible. Again, that's a philosophical question why anybody needs anything, and I'm not going there. But it will do several things for you, which you may find to be a good thing to do with your qigong or tai chi. It'll help you become more stretched out. So like, some of the postures in qigong and tai chi be better if you did them a little bit longer or something. And so it will give you that stretch where if you have a tight body, that may not work as well. It's another way to understand qi so that you can work with qi better in your qigong and tai chi. Very often doing the same thing or something that has the same principle, going at it from a different angle helps you understand coming at it from this angle. Where coming from this angle, you could get stuck. So I would say that's a very good reason for doing it. Okay, Taoist Yoga is another form of Shengon, or spiritual qigong. That's an important reason if you're interested in meditation and spirituality. It can help you to learn to meditate while doing qigong and tai chi, because it's going much more for the states of awareness that are involved in meditation, and that will make it easier for you to put that inside your qigong or tai chi. Taoist Yoga will help you sleep better, and as everybody knows, sleep deprivation is a major problem. I mean, it's the percentages are shocking. It's well over half, and it all depends how high it goes, which study is done. That America is a very sleep-deprived nation. Sleep deprivation is a major problem in Europe, and I don't know if the studies have been done for Asia, but I wouldn't be surprised. Modern industrial society has a tendency to make it difficult for people to sleep. Why? Well, it's very simple. The Chinese have this simple idea that if you want to go to sleep, the brain, the energy of your body needs to go out of your brain and back into your body. Now, the classic way of doing this historically is that, which was terrible in terms of weight gain, but eat a giant meal. Eat eat a cow. Eat, 4 plates of pasta just before you want to go to bed. All the blood will rush to your stomach, and that's why people involuntarily take naps after they eat big meals. It is simply because when the energy of your body goes out of your brain and back into your body, it becomes easy to sleep. Conversely, when the energy goes into your brain and buzzes, you have a hard time going to sleep. Well, since most of Taoist yoga is based upon the downward current of energy, and it is based upon really being aware and awake of what is below your skin, inside your body, that's where the blood is going, and you're developing the habit of your blood going deep into your body and out of your brain. Thank you very much. May your practice treat you well, and I hope you enjoy the course. I only really took this thing out because my main interest in all Taoist practice is the spirituality. But the way the Taoists thought was that first you have to really get the chi of your body going well. So I taught a lot of qigong. Taught things like Tai Chi too, and taught a lot of qigong. But now that I'm getting a bit older, I am shifting toward wanting to teach a lot more Shen-gong, about wanting to teach the spiritual side of Taoism. Now, I've been doing that for the past 20 years. But my emphasis is going to be moving much more into this area. And if you have an interest in that area, Tao Yoga is very good. Or if you do qigong and tai chi and everything, and you're interested in it as spirituality, then Tao Yoga is going to do that. And it's also going to teach you how you can put those things inside your tai chi and qigong. And it's also going to relax your mind and spirit and start bringing you into contact with more spirituality. And if nothing else, it will stretch your body a little bit more. And many find that their ability to go into more extended or stretched out qigong or tai chi postures is not the best. So it'll help you do that better. But keep in mind, that's all still talking about the body. So Taoist yoga will be very good for your body. But that's the least of it. Well, thank you very much. Enjoy the program, and I hope that your practice brings you good times. Thank you very much.